Hello everyone and welcome back to our Let's Play of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All.
For everyone but that one bitch that no one likes. She doesn't need justice.
Yeah, that one. She indeed doesn't need justice. Let's talk about Maya's guilt. Sounds good. What about Maya and the charges against her? Oh yeah, so I guess we were like I pointed out earlier, Dr. Gumshoe, I guess. Oh yeah, we're looking for a clue so we can reveal whatever that bitch knows. Jeez, I'm really bad at the names right now. I think her name was Miney.
It's a stupid one. Okay, but I guess that doesn't really cover very many.
That doesn't really help much in the Phoenix Wright universe specifying this stupid one.
The really stupid one.
Really
The one that is dumber than Lotterheart. There.
Yeah. I don't think you can win, pal. If you're talking about proof, we've got a few pieces. You've got proof? Yeah, pal. That puffy-haired photographer is going to testify tomorrow.
See, you should beat her face in. Or we should beat her puffy hair in. That works too.
But I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to once again win off of her testimony, even if she doesn't mean it to be so.
But yeah, but we can still beat her puffy hair in.
Yeah, that's true. I wonder what she'd say if we just like destroyed her afro.
I'm kind of curious if your hand would disappear inside it, and then just like get eaten.
Probably. Must be talking about Lotta, actually. Speaking of Lotta. I took some hot pictures earlier, huh? Remember? I took some pictures at the scene inside. You know, normally I don't care much for flashbacks, and this game might overuse them some, but admittedly, considering we haven't played in a while, it's kind of appreciable.
Yeah, well, it's for us, it's good.
Yeah.
For the one who's watching these videos, it's probably like, well, I just saw it probably like an hour ago.
Yeah, probably so. Lotta's hot pictures. Wonder what her camera captured. Besides, you must have realized by now, pal. There's no way anyone other than Maya Fey could have done it. Isn't that literally what you said last time you guys thought she committed a murder?
But it's just a reoccurring theme. Maybe they hate her as much as we do.
maybe so. It really
they find like a dead guy on the street and Maya Fey was in a different town. It's like, it must have been her. It could only have been her.
Probably. I know that, like, if my cat ever dies, I'm gonna be like, it's fucking Maya Fey. Bitch. Killed my cat.
She teleported out of your computer screen and killed your cat.
She did.
I don't think I can even complain.
That's quite a thought, Phoenix Wright. Well,
Exclamation mark.
That's a very deep thought, yes. Hi, Pearl. What am I supposed to say to Pearls now?
That your sister is a murderer and you should probably, like, stone her.
Probably so. Let's see, I'm pretty sure I wanted to say something... Oh, well. Oh yeah, for the flashback thing. Another reason I'll forgive it for this game, even though normally I'd play the game more fluently than we have been, is that it's a handheld game. Which
handheld
like,
people have no patience.
Well,
I mean, have no time. I don't know.
Yeah, well, in a way that is the idea, because if you're playing it as a handheld game, like if you're playing it as on the go and you're playing it like a half hour at a time, you know, you might want the occasional reminder for important points in the case. So, you know, I'll forgive the game for being a handheld. Because, I don't know.
I will never forgive anything for being a handheld.
I was gonna say, though, something I will point out is I always found it funny, actually, that it's a handheld. Like, it works for the game, but at the same time, it's the kind of game that like, with the exception of us recording it, I can't ever imagine just doing it in short bursts. Like, you know, when we really get going on a case, it's, you know, you want to get through the case. You don't just want to sit back and say, we're in the middle of this big important case, figuring out who could be the
When can you even save in the game? Like, doing a case pod, how often does it save?
Yeah, that's true too. You don't get to save that often, like, because you can only save, like, between the midway points in the chapter. So, okay. That doesn't work well as a handheld either, so it's kind of that mix. They have some things for handheld users, but for the most part, it really, you know, it's kind of weird. About Dr. Gray. The victim wasn't super famous, but people still knew who he was.
So he was kind of famous. I mean, he was like in a newspaper and all that.
Yeah. Well,
and I thought he had like a big. I thought before the incident he was like really successful.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's. I think basically what it's saying though, he could say it better probably, but it's not like he was a movie star or anything.
Yes, he was secretly a movie star. He was secretly the Pink Samurai Princess.
Well, admittedly his name is Dr. Gray. Perhaps he was on Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, he's just a villain. I mean, Dr. Gray sounds like a just average villain.
Yeah, it kind of does. I wouldn't want to meet someone named Dr. Gray in a dark alley.
Probably wants $1 million.
Yeah, probably. His face was all over those tabloid shows last year. Yeah, I know. I was looking through some newspapers from last year and... Huh? I could have sworn I cut an article out, but I guess I must have lost it. Searching through his pockets, and boy, are those big.
Gumshoe big pockets, question mark?
Well...
Do you think they are big on the inside?
They probably are, but I see what he's saying, because, I mean, obviously, you know, Gumshoe's like a giant of a person, so, yeah. I said has pretty big pockets, too. It looked really interesting, too. Hey, do you have a copy, pal? Copy of that article? I think Dr. Gray might have brought a copy to the office when he came by.
Man, that's just coincidental. It's like, oh, did you just have a copy of this article that you had no reason to have? Yeah.
I know. So I guess actually, let's go ahead and show it to him and I'll talk about the trial just so I don't forget. Hey, here, is this what you mean? Dr. Gray brought this over to my office the other day and... Hey, it's that news story, the one about the malpractice suits. 14 patients died and it caused a huge stink. Well, you know, dead bodies usually don't smell very good.
Unless you make perfume out of them.
I don't imagine that's still very good still, but I suppose. Yeah, but that's not all, pal. Things only got worse after that. I mean, the car accident and the nurse. Jeez, I keep adding the word and.
And the nurse died.
And the nurse. Yes, the
car accident and the nurse died.
Yep, everybody just died. Oh, here we go. I brought my own clippings with me today. Here,
you
pal.
Didn't find them.
I don't know how he found them. Maybe he just... I don't know, maybe he just forgot to check his back pockets. Maybe he was secretly hiding it in his tie. I don't know. Maybe they were taped to his face there.
But then he must have had those for years now.
That's true. Seeing that, how often is that particular spot in your face injured, Detective Gumshoe?
Maybe it's actually not an injury. Maybe that's actually metal, and he's actually like a cyborg.
That would explain it. I mean, that would definitely explain why the Mafia is so scared of him. He's probably
shoot lasers out of his eyes.
It's probably secretly RoboCop.
See, that's why his rage gets cut all the time. robots don't get paid.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, thanks. Newspaper clipping 2 added to the court record.
Gumshoe.
Gumshoe. But robots don't grow on trees.
He did.
He probably did. Mini nurse at Gray Surgical Clinic died after falling asleep.
Oh, what? It's a bitch. Is it not?
That's the sister of the bitch, which is the evidence we needed because,
Yeah, it connects them.
Yeah, because I mean, how
so
would
she is the killer.
She is the origami killer. It's a possibility.
She
Or
is
maybe-
origami.
Maybe Pearl was the killer all along, though. It's maybe.
But Pearl was a system killer.
Sounds about right.
Imagine if everyone in the whole like city turned out to be involved in this case. Who cares, this guy, and you're the only one who's out of the loop.
Jeez.
Like the greater good kind of thing.
That'd be pretty intense. That'd be interesting. I'd love to see a Phoenix Wright case like that. I wonder if anyone's made that kind of thing.
I don't know how that would end, man.
I don't
Unless
know.
the Phoenix Wright is like, fuck, the court, and it pulls out a shotgun. Because I don't think you can win the court case if everyone is against you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's why I asked if anyone's made that thing. Like, that's obviously something that couldn't be canon, but, I mean, someone could have made a fan-made game about, like, Phoenix Wright versus the world.
Yeah.
About Maya's trial tomorrow. We got 2 pieces of news for you, pal. 2. Yeah, bad news and even worse news. So, which do you want to hear first? I don't really care. It doesn't change the fact that I'm not going to like it. Alright, pal. Well, the prosecutor for the trial is Prosecutor Von Karma. What? Von Karma?
I really wish it was this guy. He's amazing. He's literally my best. Like, I think he is going to be my favorite character in the Phoenix Wright universe so far.
That's pretty impressive considering that this game has, this universe has
Edgeworth is amazing, but I guess because Edgeworth sticks a lot more, this guy just... He made an impact and then he walked away.
Yeah. I understand. It's pretty fast. Unfred Von Karma. He was an honor-spying veteran prosecutor. He never lost a case in the 40 years of his career, and he raised a fearsome disciple. The horrible aftertaste of the evil he force-fed me is something I'll never forget. What?
Jeez. Just imagine he like punches you in the face like, eat this cookie, motherfucker.
Seriously.
But this cookie's whole grain, eat it anyway.
So you're saying whole grain cookies are evil?
I think they taste terrible, so that's close enough.
It's fair. Wait a sec. But didn't Von Karma stand trial and... That's where the other piece of bad news comes in. The Von Karma you're facing tomorrow is actually his successor.
How is that the worst news? I mean, that isn't technically good news.
Yeah, that's better, like, I wouldn't say that's good news, but that's better news than the prosecutor being Von Karma himself.
Well, I mean, in that sense it's good news, because now, before you're gonna fight the super badass, but now you're just gonna fight the successor to the super badass.
Right. I mean, yeah, that's...
Boy, it might be pain. Like, you don't know yet.
that'd be pretty funny if it just turned out the successor was Pain.
Actually, Von Karma's long-lost brother.
Explains everything. So about this successor. So, who is this successor to Von Karma? Literally, pal, it's Prosecutor Von Karma's kid. Let's call them Varn. It's perfect. His kid became a prosecutor, real young, like 13, and hasn't lost a trial since... What?
This star system is amazing! But I thought Phoenix Wright was amazing, but no, like, this person didn't even need to, like, attempt studying.
How the fuck do you become a prosecutor at 13?
Probably because I assume one camera, like the old guy walked in and bitch slapped like everyone in the court, like, you're gonna let her prosecute, bitch.
Probably so. That sounds pretty hilarious. I'm just imagining. It's kind of funny because I almost feel like this is spoilers, but it feels like it's obvious since they're appearing earlier than Von Karma did, since he was like the final boss. So it's kind of funny because even with that legacy of starting at 13, they suck a lot more than Von Karma.
Zay?
But,
Are you not giving me spoilers, or are you just being gender neutral?
I was being gender neutral.
Right, because you had already in the one before, I think you already mentioned that it's gonna be a woman.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, she's not nearly as good as her father. Though to be fair, I guess he had 40 years on him. But
40.
You know, huh?
40 years.
That's what I said, wasn't it?
Okay, I understood 4.
Oh, yeah, you just had 4 years. I mean, that's so much.
He was a vampire.
It was yeah. He probably had 400 years secretly. That's what they call a prodigy, pal. Is it? Oh. Kid, huh? Well, wait a sec. 13? The kid became a prosecutor at the age of 13?
Like, Ian Phoenix, like, hacks.
Yeah.
I hacks, but come on.
Yeah. I mean, a prodigy like that, I would have heard about something. Oh, no. The kid was born and raised in Germany, pal.
Jeez.
Wouldn't you still? That doesn't mean he wouldn't have heard of it. I mean, if just, I don't know. I assume if someone would be that famous in Germany, they'd still be probably known worldwide.
Hard to say, honestly. I mean, I don't think you know any German people.
Right. I mean, it is hard to say, and you're right. I can't name any famous German people, but at least not current ones, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, the only one you know is because he was famous in Hollywood, but that doesn't count then.
Famous in Hollywood? You mean the Red Baron?
I meant the Schwarzenegger guy.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, you meant of current ones. Yeah. Okay, because because the main one I could think off the top of my head right now that, you know, isn't current would be, you know, the Red Baron.
But yes, so yes, he was famous, but I mean, that was during a war, so he had more interaction with another nation.
Right. That's fair, yeah. And yeah, I as you mentioned, I just know Arnold Schwarzenegger because he came to, like, you know, American, became a movie star.
And a governor.
And a governor for some
Is he still or not?
No, he's not anymore.
Lame.
I know. That was like the only reason to go to California was to freaking see Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now I don't even have that dream.
You guys really kind of funny, just quite a little.
I probably did. That country's got a lot of stuff and is a great place to develop a person's talents.
And so much German even exists in this universe.
I know. It kind of is surprising.
Because you don't even know where you are.
I don't know either. Also, I like his first description of Germany. That country's got a lot of stuff.
We do have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I guess you do. Germany, huh? It's probably why I've never heard of this person. Still, all it takes is someone mentioning the name Von Karma, and I get terrible flashbacks to that case.
Jeez, he's a guy who put out the fucking, like, metal detector. Honestly, I think Von Karma probably cries every night. Like, no, the metal detector, please!
It really does.
Where did you even get that from? No!
That'd be pretty amazing. Stop it. Get over it, Phoenix. That person's already gone. Jeez, you make it sound like you fucking died.
I get him.
Yeah.
Wonder how many years Von Karma got anyway, did they ever say? Because I mean, like, I would imagine in a later game, it's like, oh, I'm out of prison and I'm gonna prosecute you.
Well,
Having
I mean,
spiky hair.
if he, well, he shot like he did shoot like a you know, attorney type person and like framed his son. So I don't know, if he didn't get life, he probably, unless he really is a vampire, he probably isn't going to live out the 30-ish year sentence he got. But I don't know how long a normal murder thing is, but you know, something like that, I think.
One comma, he is a vampire. He's
Yeah.
also German. Even if he wasn't a vampire, Germans just never die.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You're
I mean,
built out
it's-
of pure metal.
clearly that's why the Red Baron is just, he just didn't die. He just
He
built
got
an
shot, though,
underground
that's
lair, like Elvis. Oh,
Yes.
let's see. Okay, so now let's go show this bitch the newspaper clipping and be like, I
Kick in
know.
the door. Just imagine these doors, if we tried kicking them in, would be really awkward. She would just cook his voice through it, like, oops.
Yeah, seriously. It would be pretty hard to kick open a Japanese style door.
Jabs.
I know. Which is funny because the only door we did kick in was like, you know.
It was an American style door.
Yep.
It sucked.
Apparently so. Oh wait, that's, yeah. Oh no, we're not giving it to you here. This thing. Take that. Oop.
No, her boobs got knocked away again.
Yep. Okay, so now we just gotta go through all this. You mean what? Possibly. So, connection to Dr. Gray. Take that! Take a look at this newspaper clipping.
Like, what is it? A story about an accident?
Please read the victim's name.
Miney. Ooh. Miney is a pretty rare lot. Oh, fuck.
Miney
Be
Miney
ready
is
if
a
she did the
pretty-
logic for you.
Well, she's not that smart, but yeah. Miney is a pretty rare last name. It's so rare it made my voice change for a second.
Yes.
Wouldn't you say? Miss Mimi Miney wouldn't happen to be a relative of yours, would she?
So you noticed she was my older sister.
I'm sorry about your loss, except I'm not really.
No, I'm not really.
Your sister, was she a nurse, perhaps at Dr. Gray's surgical clinic? Gray's surgical clinic. I don't think I need to tell you that clinic was run by the victim, Dr. Turner Gray. Dr. Timmy Turner Gray.
But now I'm just like, well, what if there was a different, like, Dr. Gray? That would be really awkward.
That would be. I'm just all of a sudden imagining the Dr. Gray from Grey's Anatomy just showing up.
I don't know
and being
that
like,
guy. I've never seen Grey's Anatomy.
I haven't either, but I know it's a show, and that I'm pretty sure there's a Dr. Gray. I'd feel really awkward if people would just like, no, it's called Grey's Anatomy because people's anatomy is gray in the show for some reason.
It might actually be called that for a completely different reason. I think it might be a name that is spelled differently but pronounced like that.
Yeah, it's definitely.
That said, in that case, laugh at Green Bean.
Oh, laugh at my misery. Which is how you knew him. Which is how you knew of Dr. Gray. You knew him through your sister. Bam. Broke the boot blocks.
Now she has that thing in front of it.
That hat must be pretty tasty. She really likes trying to eat it. I
Maybe
bet
it's
it's
actually
secretly
made
made
out
out
of
of bread.
Scootaloo.
Oh, or that, yeah. I was thinking it more looked like it was like bread dough, like you know.
Possibly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I want a bread dough head.
I imagine that'd get pretty uncomfortable, but yeah. Please tell me all you know about Dr. Gray.
Jeez, she looks scary.
She does.
What the fuck is wrong with her face?
Why was your sister evil? Like, if Dr. Gray did kill her, which I don't think he did, but if he did kill her, I wouldn't even blame him with that face. I'd be like, yeah, she probably killed those patients on purpose.
She looks like a zombie crossed with a demon.
Yep. She does. She looks very demonish. She just, I don't know. She looks like she just stabbed someone and doesn't give a fuck.
My sister's name was Mimi Miney. She was like a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic.
That's what I thought.
I heard that like Dr. Gray was really tough on people, like a total slave driver. My sis was like always coming home totally wiped out because she was overworked.
Wiped out? So is that why she fell asleep at the wheel?
That guy like drove my sister so hard, so like that's why the accident happened.
I'm sure he drove her all night long. But
I was not gonna say it, but okay.
Oh, come on. How could we not make the implication? Doesn't Dr. Gray seem like the kind of guy that would just sleep with a demon because he felt like it? Because the weather was bad and he was angry?
He was angry, so he just like tied down a demon. I'm pretty sure Satan cried every night.
It's the one where 14 patients died from malpractice.
Yeah, like I think that was the doctor's fault too. My sis was pushed by everybody's expectations and like her duties and stuff.
Well.
So she failed, and that's his fault. And that
Yeah,
pushed her to death.
That seems to be what Innie's implying, and, like, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure Dr. Gray did push her a bit, but, like, I think when 13 patients die, you can't really just be like, oh, well, I mean, it was the doctor's fault. He asked me to, like, I don't know, take out the trash today. It was too much.
Then he put the trash in the bloodstream. So that would go wrong.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, like, are we done? I've, like, already told my story to, like, everyone. Wait, why not us then, you freaking noob?
Yeah, I don't believe her. I don't think she's told her story to anyone else. But yeah.
Do you understand now, Mr. Nick? This is like how psych locks work.
Well, I don't plan to pry into people's hearts unless I absolutely need to.
The locks this time was pretty easy, but you might meet people who aren't as willing to give in later on. I have no idea what my voice was, and now I sound really weird, but okay. If you don't have enough proof, be careful and know when to stop trying.
I thought we just implied that she sounded like you normally do, and that's how all German.
But I didn't actually go with that.
Oh, yeah.
I did give her a voice which sounded like a grandma, but I can't do it anymore.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
I mean, she acts kind of like a grandma.
Yeah. She does. She's always like, oh, Phoenix Wright, you gotta learn this stuff, or you might not be able to win all your cases. Important. Let's see, so I think I'll find my next questioning victim or whatever, and then, we'll probably end the part if that's cool.
I assume it's epic, but...
Yeah, probably so. June 20th, Korean Village.
Mr. Nick!
What's wrong?
I've never left Kuwait Village.
Oh, really? Wow, that's, pretty amazing.
I thought you knew that.
I thought we did too.
You're going to meet with Mystic Maya, aren't you? No, I was gonna go get ice cream, but okay. Please tell her I said hi.
I was gonna go get ice cream, and then I was gonna see Mr. Maya and be like, "Hi, you can't get ice cream."
You can't get any ice cream in there, bitch.
Hey, wait! She ran off again. Well, I know Innie's secret now, but I still don't have any idea how I'm gonna save Maya. I don't even know if I should go in there with a smile or a straight face.
Should go in there not at all.
I was gonna say she go in there smiling, kind of with the idea of the ice cream. Go in
Or you
there
could
like,
just go in there like really frowning, like, you lost, you're dead, mom.
you're dead, you're dead, your family is dead, you failed at life, Maya.
Everyone's gonna die. I said fire to your house.
Man, that'd be pretty intense.
I said fire to your little sister. Or whatever, cousin.
Yeah, man, that would definitely change the game.
Then Phoenix Wright, ace murderer.
Yep. Alright, so, thank you all for watching, and hope to see you next time on Phoenix Wright, Ace Outlaw.
Justice for no one.